Alright, we are at state police now. Everyone told me to go to Shelburne Police, but they obviously don't do anything, as you saw in the last video. So now I'm at state police. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I wasn't here earlier. I just picked up the desk.
Okay, so you don't know anything. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I need to file, I need to file criminal charges.
Okay, what type of criminal charges?
Against two different people.
Okay.
For one is Austin Abrams. I need to file charges for recording me without my consent, harassment, online threats, enticing a child, slander, libel, and theft.
You said that's Austin Abrams.
Austin Abrams, yes.
Keep your license on it?
Yes.
You live in Shelburne, live in Buckland?
Buckland.
Buckland, okay.
This is my address.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, who's this second party involved?
John Lawson, John.
Oh, you know US one?
Yeah.
And what do you want? What are you looking at?
Domestic violence, coercive control, defrauding the court, defrauding DCF, recording me without consent, staging photos of me, which I have all of this, I have evidence of everything. Child abuse and neglect, slander, libel, destruction of property, and forcing me to have an abortion. I also want noted that John Lawson has a lot of weapons. He has materials to make bombs, multiple firearms, about 50 knives, I think around 10 to 15 very sharp swords.
Okay, the gentlemen, do both these parties where they live?
Together at my address.
Okay. Is it like do they rent it from you? Is it a lease?
No, so John Lawson is the father of my child. We co-own the home, but never married.
Okay.
And Austin Abrams is a tenant that I have been trying to evict for 6 months now. And, oh yeah, drug use around my toddler for Austin Abrams. Blowing marijuana smoke at my toddler's face.
And when all these happen, over the course of what timeline is this all occurring?
With Austin Abrams, so she's transgender, she, her pronouns, still has a penis though, walks around naked in front of my child, talking about her sex addiction. She moved in on March 1st of this year. John Lawson has been abusing me since October of 2021. And it is current and ongoing.
Okay, and when any of this abuse happens, have you ever called 911?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
have we been there before at all?
Yes, state police have come when I called 911 before, but it was already after the fact of me calling for domestic violence. April 22nd, that's a pretty big date. I just posted the body cam footage publicly online. CNN called me last night about it. Very similar to the Gabby Pepito case, where I'm a victim of domestic violence, and I have been saying this for over half a year now and begging for help. And Shelburne PD is in cahoots with my abuser.
What makes you think they're in cahoots?
If you watch the video, the body cam footage, they talk me out of getting a protective order, and then they tell him to get a protective order on me.
Okay.
So I have been vacated from my home, and he got full custody of my child
Okay. And
due to that.
Okay. And that updated address was on the license, is where you're at now?
I'm in a safe house. I can't give that address.
Okay, no worries. It just kind of gets tough. I don't know what. One second.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, where in row is it?
Press past.
Sorry, getting a little busy.
Yeah, it's okay. I understand.
B2 to 1689. Believe.
Still believe peepers.
It's crazy.
I can't
91's
imagine.
been insane.
I bet it's been like, yeah,
Just
I mean,
nonstop, like, especially last night. Everyone going north.
oh my gosh.
Okay, we picked the senior safe house. This is where it gets tricky. I mean, I don't know what, you said you called earlier today and spoke to someone.
And they explained to me that state police can't really do anything, and to go through Shelburne PD.
It is tough, so it's kind of the same thing, like,
Yeah.
when towns have their own police departments and they're okay, we can't really take over. That's only, we only go to calls.
So, oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
Sorry, no, I just keep pressing pause so I don't get private stuff. Okay.
Alright, we're back. Yeah, so like I was saying, I mean, I don't know what he told you, but I think your best bet would be to go to the district attorneys.
Yeah, so I've tried calling the district attorney multiple times. I actually just got back from Worcester from a domestic violence event
Okay.
and talked to the district attorney there, and he's even trying to contact the district attorney here
Okay.
for me.
Yeah.
I just went over to Shelburne PD to try again. This has been going on for 7 months, 6 months now,
Okay.
since April 22nd, whatever that is. And I tried to file criminal charges, and the officer told me that I had to go through the officer who has been dealing with us since the beginning. But the problem is that officer told me not to get a protective order when I called for domestic violence. I said over and over and over again. I posted the video. It's public online, so you can see yourself. It's actually really alarming.
Yeah.
And I've been speaking to senators and representatives. I helped get the coercive control bill passed.
Yeah.
My story is one of the stories that helped get that passed. So I'm doing everything I possibly can to get my daughter safe.
Yeah.
And I have a corrupt police department
Yeah.
who literally heard me say for 30 minutes to an hour, over and over and over again, I am not safe.
Yeah.
My daughter is not safe.
And that was.
And
7 months ago. You said it was what it started?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And like obviously, that's why I don't know where he referred you earlier in the desk.
To Shelburne, and they told me that they cannot file criminal charges.
It's tough. We can't overstep their heads. That's where the district attorney would come in and can kind of make a ruling there.
So I would have to wait till Monday.
Yeah, to contact them. It's
Yeah.
just because we can't. It's definitely their ballpark in St. Lawrence. budgets.
And when I say this isn't to you directly, like,
Absolutely.
personally. For 6 months, I've been begging law enforcement to enforce the law.
Yeah, yeah,
I have a child in a home with an abuser
yeah.
who's being investigated for child abuse
Through Shelburne?
through DCF right now.
Okay.
The problem is he's very good at manipulating the narrative.
That's where it gets tricky.
So,
Because it's like,
but I even have a lot of evidence, and nobody's looking at it.
yeah, yeah, and that's the thing, I mean, that's where the DA comes in, unfortunately, we can't just start.
Yeah, and I'm really just recording this just to bring attention to domestic violence,
Yeah, absolutely.
because everyone always says, just tell somebody,
Yeah.
call the police,
Absolutely,
and we do.
yeah, yeah, so, I know, like I said, we can't step on Shelburne's toes, unfortunately.
Yeah, this is a systemic problem.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, it's
so this
coming
is,
out of,
yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah,
But yeah, I keep calling district attorney, because that's when they can look into Shelburne or see what they can do.
Yeah.
Kind of above us, right?
yeah,
That'd be my advice.
Yeah.
And I think that's where. I know
it just,
going to the back and
it's
forth.
just hard because it's Saturday,
Yeah.
and my daughter is alone in this house with these two abusive people.
Yeah.
She's 2.
Yeah, and does DCF do usual check-ins?
I actually don't know how often they go over there.
Okay. Are you in contact with them at all?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, I'll try and see if you can set up something where maybe check-ins can be more regular.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing. So my abuser had sent a 5-second video of me taking a nap on the couch in the middle of the day. Do that almost every day.
Same here. I feel it.
It's a nap. Anyway, so he recorded my daughter. This was his whole plan, to take everything from me.
Yeah.
He literally started recording and had my daughter run up to me, and then she woke me up. But at the end of the video, before I wake up, he cuts it off. And he sent that to DCF and said I was blackout drunk.
Gotcha.
No evidence. DCF comes over unannounced. They go through the entire house. 0 alcohol. They go under my bed, everything.
Yeah.
My recycling, my trash,
And what was that?
no alcohol. This was back in March.
And is that what prompted the full custody?
No. So they were investigating me, which I was running for public office. So I just thought it was someone in the neighborhood that was
Yeah.
mad that I was running.
Yeah.
I'm very progressive. The person I was running against is a big time Trump supporter. So I can
Yeah.
see, I wasn't surprised.
Yeah.
Come to find out, it was my abuser that called, and it was this whole plan to take everything from me. I own the house. I have more money invested in the house, and he has the house right now.
Yeah.
And when I called for domestic violence on April 22nd, so that was almost 2 months into this tenant being there, almost a month of DCF being involved,
Yeah.
I called for domestic violence, finally speaking up,
Yeah.
and the police came over.
Shelburne?
And, yeah.
Okay. And then that's when.
And
you started
then
contacting-
you can see them talking on the body camera to John, telling him to get an order on me.
Okay.
When I was as calm as I could be the whole time, speaking very clearly,
Yeah.
asking the police, how is this a safe environment for a 2-year-old?
Yeah.
And then when they let me leave with my daughter to seek refuge,
Yeah.
and then they reiterate to my abuser again, stating that he should follow up on the calls he was previously on, which was his attorney and DCF to get full custody of my child.
Yeah.
All because I took a nap.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that's very
Yeah,
clear.
where that stemmed from, okay.
So I've already had a fair hearing, and now they're investigating him for child abuse and neglect. But for some reason, I need much more evidence than just taking a nap on a couch.
Yeah.
I need literal video footage of him punching me in the face.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. No, I totally get where you're coming from. but-
So, yeah. So I just wanted to make sure that my story was heard and stated clearly, and to show how hard it is for victims of domestic violence, and why coercive control in this new bill is so important for everyone to understand. So yeah, if anyone comes to you with domestic violence and stuff like that, I don't know if you can take my card.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't have my name on it for safety purposes, but if anyone comes in
You
here,
can't just stack.
yeah, if anyone comes in here for coercive control or domestic violence and they're having a hard time in Franklin County, they can text me, and I have been helping victims write affidavits to get restraining orders.
Yeah, when it goes out to the guys and get them in their careers.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right.